y'all, welcome back to my channel. So, are you done? So, today I filmed this look for you. I finally got the Morphe 350 palette because, you know, it's been out of stock for like centuries. Finally got it. Leo. Anyways, stop! Anyways, I finally got this. I wanted to use this palette and film this look for you guys. So, I'm actually in a hurry. I just filmed this while I got ready for work today. So, I am about to run out the door, so this intro is not going to be very long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! As always, I'm starting with a clean face, and I moisturized. And then now I'm going to go in with my Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm, and this is the sensitive skin one. I've been obsessed with this. It really does make my makeup last longer, I think. So after that, I'm going to be going in with my Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. And like always, I'll link the shade and everything like that down below in the description bar. So I'm just going to take this like foundation brush and just put this all over my face. And then I'm going to end up going in with a beauty blender to blend it all out. One thing that I don't like about this foundation is how fast it dries. Whenever I go in with the beauty blender, it's already dried, so it ends up leaving streaky marks where I initially applied it, and it just makes it a lot harder to blend in. So once I'm finished with this, I'm going to take a little bit more foundation and put it over those places that I think need more coverage and look a little streaky. Take some MAC Fix Plus, spray it on my brush, and buff all of that in. It's just going to give me more coverage and help blend that out a little bit better than the beauty blender did. Then I'm going to take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and this is in the shade Neutralizer. I'm going to put this right under my eye in that triangular shape that I usually put my concealer in. And then I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Weightless Full Coverage Concealer in medium light, put this directly on top of that, but I'm also going to put this on the chin, my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose, just to lighten up the entire face. You guys know the drill by now. I feel like 90% of this doesn't even need explanation because it's just part of my everyday life. Then I'm taking my Mercier translucent setting powder in that beauty blender once again, and I'm going to pack this all underneath the eye and let that sit for a little bit. I also put some on my chin and nose area, but I went ahead and just blended that in instead of letting it bake. Then I'm going to go in and fill in my brows. My brows have been a joke lately, and I'm literally using the NYX pencil, the Brow Wiz, and shadow to fill them in. It's out of control, so I'm just going to skip through that really fast because nobody wants to watch me fill in my brows. After this, I'm going to take my Coty Airspun powder, and I'm going to use just a little bit of this. This is going to help wipe away that under eye translucent powder that I have setting under there. I'm also going to make sure to set my eyelids really good because that's going to help my shadows blend nicely later on. Now moving on to bronzing and contouring, I'm going to take my Maybeline Fitme powder and a Morphe angled brush, and I'm going to start chiseling out those cheekbones, just going down the hollows of my cheeks. If you don't know where the hollows of your cheeks are, just start at the top of your ear and work down towards the corner of your mouth. Then I'm going to blend upwards, go into my temple and around my forehead, also down my chin a little bit. Then I'm going to take this little Morphe E4 brush and I'm going to pick up more of that Fitme powder and contour down the sides of my nose just to make my nose look a little bit more straight and slim. Once I'm finished with that, I realized that my camera was not recording the next bronzer that I went in with, so I just took some Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in the shade 35i and a powder brush, and I applied that directly over where I had just originally applied that Fit Me powder, except I put a little bit more of it like towards the apples of my cheeks, just to bronze up and warm up the face just a little bit more. Once I'm finished with that, I'm going to take this True Match blush, and I don't remember the shade, so of course I'll link it down below. And then I'm going to take my Ride or Die Morphe blush brush, and I'm going to apply this to the apples of my cheeks and also kind of blend it in with that bronzer just a little bit. Going back to my Coty Airspun powder, I'm going to carve out this contour by letting this bake underneath that bronzer while I start on my eyes. And now for the star of the show, the Morphe 350 palette. After centuries of dreaming about this and wishing that it was mine, I could finally hold it in my hands. Like, let's just take a moment of silence to acknowledge the beauty. Alright, only thing I don't like is there's not names for it, so I'm just going to basically have to point to the shades that I'm using and show you guys, because there, like I said, are no names for the shadows. That being said, I'm going to start right here with this top row color, and I'm going to take a Morphe M441 brush and literally just apply this all over my entire lid. I'm basically using this as a setting powder since it's the same color as my skin. After that, I'm going to take the exact same brush, but I'm going to move on to this color right here. And I'm going to apply this to the crease, and this is just going to be a great transition color, and I'm literally just applying this starting on the outer corner, working its way inward, and eventually kind of blending it upwards once there's less product on the brush. Then going in with this darker color down here, I'm going to take a different Morphe brush. I forgot the name of this one, but I'm just going to start by applying this on the outer corners and into that crease. I'm really kind of focusing this in that lower crease area, but I'm also going to blend it upward. My eyes are slightly hooded, so I have to really bring colors up on to above that crease for them to actually like stand out, or else it's really easy for those to just kind of hide underneath my crease and sink in and it not really show. So I'm going to start putting this on the outer corner and in that crease and blending upward, slowly moving inward once there's less product on the brush. And I'm just going back into that same exact color, and I'm just going to darken both eyes up, and I ended up wanting to bring this in further, like in towards the inner corner a little bit more, so I'm just going to go back and do that on the other eye as well. Then I'm going to mix these two colors together, this like orange and then lighter orange, and go back to that first Morphe brush and just blend out up on top of that crease area or on the brow bone, just to blend everything and make sure there's no harsh lines and make sure everything just looks nice and diffused. Then I'm going to go in with this like deeper, more like reddish brown, and that Morphe brush I was using prior to that big fluffy one, and I'm going to pack this on the outer corner, and I'm going to make this pretty dark because I want this to be like the most intense part of the eye. I ended up wanting to go for more of like a halo look, so I'm eventually going to take a more like pencil brush, and I'm going to apply that same dark reddish color to the inner corners of my eye. But I am going to leave the center of my lid blank, like see how it's a lot lighter, because then I'm going to go in with some of the shimmery shadows from the palette and fill that area in. I just took some MAC Fix Plus and I sprayed it onto a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to mix these two shimmery colors together. I'm going to take the more darker red one first and start packing that onto the center of my eye, and then I'm going to go over it with that lighter shimmery shade in the very center just to make it brighter and pop a little bit more. To that reddish dark brown color, I'm just going to put this on the outer corner and inner corner just a little bit more, just to cover up any of that shimmer that might have fallen over there, because I want the center to be the glittery part and everything else to be matte around it. Then I'm going to take more of that light orangish yellow color and blend out that crease just a little bit more. I'm doing the exact same thing to the other eye, and then I'm just going to go back and forth blending and then applying more shimmer and then blending again until I get the desired color payoff that I'm looking for. Then going back to that pencil brush in that same dark reddish brown color, I'm going to apply this down to the lower lash line. I'm going to try to get this as close to the lash line as I possibly can, because then I'm going to go in with a different pencil brush after this and that first brown shade that I used right before this one, and blend that out and make it a little bit more smoky. Now I'm taking this Tarte eyeliner and I'm just going to line the upper waterline of my eye. I can't remember the exact name of this, but like I said, I'll list everything down below. Once I'm finished with that, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Telescopic, like always, nothing's changed, and put a coat of mascara on the lower and top lashes. For highlight, I'm going to take my Carly Bible palette, mix the two middle colors together on a Morphe M501 brush, highlight the apples of my cheeks. I'm actually going to take that shade at shadow and do a line right down the bridge of my nose and then put a very small circle at the very tip. I got that trick from Carly. Then I'm going to take this Colourpop Frickin' Frack lip liner, line my entire lips. Then I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Frickin' Frack and color in my entire lips. I am obsessed with this formula, you guys. It's like the most perfect matte, but yet moisturizing, lasts all day. These Ultra Satin lips have changed my life. Thank you, Colourpop. And after I finish my lips, that completes this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And until next time, bye.